Welcome back, everyone, to Black and White Life Coaching. I am Brad Richard, and we are back. It is Sunday, and we are back for another video. Hope everybody is doing well. I want to remind you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you can take advantage of further videos, future videos that I'll be putting out here on the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell icon down below so you're notified of future videos that are released. And let's get started. Today's video, this Sunday's video, is going to be something a little bit different. I'm going to try to make it fairly short as I can, but we're going to cover a lot of tools and a lot of information today on the Sunday video. And we're going to talk about anxiety, burnout, and stress. Oh my. And so it's kind of like the lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, from The Wizard of Oz, okay? So today, anxiety, burnout, and stress, oh my, is what we're going to be covering. In the video description, now if you are listening to the podcast, I will also have it there as well, but in the description of the video, there is going to be a link to a Google Doc, a Google document. And in that document, you are going to have 14 free PDF files that are going to cover in depth each of the points I'm going to be covering today. Now, I'm going to be covering 14 tips or 14 ways to help with your anxiety, your burnout, and your stress. So we're going to go fast, and 14 is a lot to cover, but there's going to be 14 steps or 14 tips that we're going to be talking about today. Don't stress out about it. Don't feel like you have to try to catch up or try to keep up, because I am going to go fast covering these 14 points. Okay, but if you click on the link in the description for the Google Doc, I'm sharing the Google Doc with all the subscribers here on YouTube as well as the podcast. So you click on that Google Doc link and it will take you to the Google Doc, and it will have all 14 PDF worksheets for you at no charge. And each one of those documents will help you kind of outline, or will help you work through these 14 techniques, these 14 tips, okay? So just remember, don't stress out. We're going to go fast. We're going to cover 14 points, and then we're going to move on with our Sunday. And I hope that you check out the Google Doc. It's free. You can click on the link, and you'll have access to all 14 PDFs that will walk you through each and every one of these 14 steps. Okay, so let's roll. First of all, the first document that you're going to want to look at when you click on the Google Docs is a burnout quiz, and that quiz is going to kind of help you determine how burnt out you really are, or how stressed out you really are. With the way the world is right now, and the chaos and the news media and everything that's going on, in the United States and throughout the world, there's a lot of people that are having anxiety, that are stressed out, and they are definitely burnt out. Okay, so one of the first docs that you want to check out at that link is the Burnout quiz. I recommend that you take the Burnout quiz to determine your level of burnoutness, and that kind of gives you a baseline for all the following steps and tools, tips that we're going to cover from this point on. Okay, so go ahead and take that quiz at the link in the description. And once you get those results, then we're going to move into a thing called boundaries. And boundaries, there's going to be 3 different categories of boundaries that I want to speak about. And they all have to do with anxiety, stress, and burnout. Okay. The first boundary I want to cover with you today is physical boundaries, and what are they? Okay. Physical boundaries is when you set up a physical location or a physical place that is a boundary, and it helps your mind, and it sets you up to differentiate between a workplace and a work environment, or your home, or your personal space, your personal environment. Okay, so physical boundaries, meaning the office or what you do for a living. There is a physical boundary. When you are at work, you have a physical boundary. You are at work, you are in that work environment, and that is a physical boundary. Now, when we come home and when we're done with work, we have a personal boundary. That is our home. That is our living room. That is our bedroom, the kitchen, maybe the backyard. But as you can see, those are physical boundaries. And when it comes to anxiety, stress, and burnout, it's very important to define physical boundaries. When I'm in this physical setting, I'm in work mode, I'm in business mode. And when I'm in this physical setting, I'm in relaxed mode, I'm in family mode, I'm in me time. Okay? So you have your physical boundaries that keep you centered, whether you are at work or business. And when you're at home, that is a different physical boundary that gives you a different mindset and puts you in a different place. And there is stress and anxiety at work. There's also can be stress and anxiety at home. So differentiating between your physical boundaries, am I at work, or am I working on my business, or am I at home, which is definitely a different situation. Okay. So there is a PDF that will guide you through physical boundaries at the link in the description. So check that out. The second boundary is self-boundaries, and that is boundaries that we have to set for ourselves when it comes to knowing our limitations and knowing when we've had enough. Setting up self-boundaries is very important. And a lot of these PDFs and a lot of these documents, these worksheets that you'll find in the Google Doc, they are geared towards entrepreneurs. They're geared towards business owners. But whether or not you're a business owner or you work for somebody else, all of the documents are applicable either way. Okay. The easiest, simplest way to look at it is if you work for a company and you do not own your own business, your career, your occupation, your job, okay, if you look at that as that is a business, that is your business that produces income and stability and produces the things that you want out of life. So even if you work for somebody, in essence, you still own a business, and it's the business of you and your family. So these documents, these worksheets, they'll work for you as well as business owners as well. Okay. Back to self-boundaries. We'll go back. Self-boundaries is the second boundary, and that is something that is very important to setting boundaries when it comes to yourself on what you can take on, what you can do, what you're able to handle at any given point, whether you are at work or if you're at home and you have a honey things to do list at home. You have to set self boundaries to basically not allow yourself to spiral out of control. And you really need to know when to say no and when to stop, and when to just pause for a moment and let yourself breathe a little bit. And so setting up those self boundaries where you don't allow yourself to get so inundated and so stressed out and have so much anxiety that it kind of paralyzes you. Okay. And so that is the self boundary part of it. There is a worksheet that you can go through whenever you choose to at the link, and all these points I'm going to be covering, all 14 are in the Google Doc for you. They're there, they're free, use them, they're a worksheet, and it'll help you go through and hopefully conquer anxiety, stress, and burnout with the help of these tools that I'm giving to you to use, okay? Let's go into the third boundary, and that's boundaries with other people. It's similar to self-boundaries, similar to physical boundaries. You have physical boundaries to tell your mind, I'm at work, I'm at home, I'm relaxing, I'm working hard. That's physical boundaries. That's a place. Self is when you need to stop yourself, take a step back, and know that yourself is stressed out, okay? Now, boundaries with other people is when other people, either at home or at work, expect too much of you. How many of us have ever been asked to do something, or were expected to do something either at work or at home or at our business, and we find it so difficult to tell people no, especially our loved ones, to our family, to say no to them, or to tell the boss, I can't do that. I am tapped out, and this is why. And I can't handle it anymore right now. And it's so important that when it comes to setting boundaries with other people, that is a self-preservation step, okay, action step. It's to preserve your mental well-being, your stress level, your anxiety, and you want to avoid being burnt out. So you must set boundaries with people and let them know if you are feeling like you cannot take on anything else at that moment. You need to verbalize that, and you need to state that and let those other people know that you are maxed out at the moment. And as soon as you kind of thin out the things to do list and thin out your mind, then maybe you will be ready or able to help them further or to move on to the next task or request, okay? So that's boundaries with other people, okay? And then we're going to move into, we've covered 4 points. We got 14 to go, or no, 14 total, and we're on the 3 types of boundaries, the burnout quiz, which you need to take. I would recommend highly. And so we're going to go to number 5, and that's a balanced life. And a balanced life is pretty simple, okay? Don't overwork. Don't spend so much time at home relaxing and enjoying being at home and doing hobbies that you neglect your business or your job. But you can't be a workaholic and expect the life at home to be great and positive and strong and healthy. And that goes for your spiritual life. That goes for your hobbies. That goes for your dreams, your hopes, dreams, and goals. Everything needs to be balanced, okay? Like in the movie Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi told Daniel-san, balance. Balance, Daniel-san. And it's all about balance. And so there is a worksheet for balancing your life. I recommend you go through it. But that is an element to minimizing and to conquering, hopefully, stress, anxiety, and burnout, okay? The quiz is going to give you a baseline of where you're at, and then your physical boundaries, your self-boundaries, and boundaries with others are going to start to lessen your stress, lessen your burnout and your anxiety. And then if you go through and start working on balancing your life in all areas of your life, and you keep them balanced and in harmony, and you don't focus too much on one particular area over the other. You try to keep it even through all the areas that are important to you. It will help in reducing your stress and your burnout level. If you feel balanced, if you feel that you are standing on solid ground, the stress, the anxiety, and the burnout will be minimal or will be less than if you are trying to balance on one leg and you are constantly feeling like you're going to tip over. That's not a balanced life. So let's work on that, on balancing our lives with the worksheet, okay? Number 6, this is a big one, knowing yourself and knowing your limitations. We all have limitations, okay? And a key thing to help with stress and anxiety is knowing ourselves, knowing our physical body, knowing that if we eat a certain food, we're going to experience an effect. If we do something or say something, we know that we typically will have a reaction or a result of what we've said or done, okay? So knowing ourselves and kind of knowing our patterns is so important, because we can nip a lot of stress and anxiety in the bud if we know ahead of time that if we do this, we're gonna go through this. So it kind of helps us in a balanced fashion when it comes to making decisions and deciding to do things or not do things, and what we're going to experience as a result of those actions, okay? So knowing yourself, very important when it comes to stress, anxiety. Number 7, non-work hours, okay? Non-work hours, usually at our jobs or at our businesses, okay, we have a things to do list. We have a list of things that need to be done. We have timelines, we have deadlines, and we have things that need to be done in a timely manner. We tend to leave, which is good, leave work behind, but when we're at home and when we're in our non-working hours, we tend to kind of just like shotgun stuff, like, yeah, I need to get to that, I need to do that, maybe I'll do that later on the weekend, maybe I'll put that off till Sunday. It's very important that our non-work hours are structured like our work hours are. What I mean by that is I would recommend that you make a list of things you want to do, need to do, in balance, okay, when you are not at work. In your non-work hours, you need to be productive and you need to accomplish things in your personal time within balance, just like you do at work, okay? Or else you're going to get stressed out, you're going to have anxiety, and you're going to get burnt out because you're falling behind on the things that you need to get done at home, or that things that have to be done in your personal life. And so to put those on a things to do list, to put them on a timeline, and to work on them chronologically and put them into priorities of importance. If you have that structure in your non-work hours, it will help you reduce your stress, and it'll give you some wins along the way. So you're winning not only at work or at your business, but you're winning on the wins list. You're winning at home as well in your personal life, and that also helps with bringing balance into your life. Okay, so schedule stuff out, even the fun things, okay, that you want to do. Schedule them out so that you can accomplish those things and you can feel like you had a productive, enjoyable, successful weekend or time at home. Okay, so real important. Give it a try. Number 8, sometimes we have to step away from the cliff. We have to step away from a level of anxiety to avoid burnout or stress. And we have to, obviously knowing ourselves will help. Okay. Goes back to number six. Number six, knowing ourselves. When I say step away from the cliff, it's really important that you know your limitations and that you know yourself. You know when you're getting to the place where you're at the edge of the cliff and you just can't take another step, obviously, because away you go, okay? So step away from the cliff, take a step back. This is something that is so important for your mental well-being, your stress level, your burnout level, and your anxiety, okay? Step away from the cliff and let that anxiety subside, let that stress subside, and give yourself a feeling of safety. And it's like, I think I'm going to be okay. I think I'll be all right. But you need to step back, okay? Number 9, a lot of stress and burnout and anxiety is a matter of what we focus on, okay? And there's a thing out there that I'm sure that some of you have heard called I have to or I get to, okay? If you have to do something, it's going to create anxiety and stress. If you get to do something, you get to accomplish this task, you get to do this, that is going to enhance your excitement. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to give you that warm, fuzzy feeling, and it's going to give you that excitement, that anticipation of, I can't wait to get this done. I can finally say I finished that, okay? Because you get to do something. That is going to take away from the stress and anxiety, opposed to having to do something. If we have to, it's very stressful. If we get to, it's very exciting. There's a lot of anticipation. So it's all about focus, okay? And once again, there's a worksheet on this, so don't stress out about it. Excuse me, that will kind of walk you through that. As far as what is your focus? What is your focus on? Is it negative? Is it positive? Is it adding to your stress, or is it taking your stress away? Change your focus, and you can change those levels magically, almost. Okay, that's just a proven fact, and it does work that way. Okay, so number 10, we're going to take brain breaks. It's really, really, really important to take brain breaks. And that is just, if you are in the middle of something and you're racking your brain and you're stressed out, you're burnt out, have a lot of anxiety, stop. Know yourself, right? Know your limitations. Stop for a moment and do something completely unrelated. Turn on a song, play a video game. As much as I don't really like video games, play a video game, play solitaire, go for a walk, just take a 5, okay? Take a 5. And that is a way of shifting the mind into a different area, maybe a get to instead of a have to, and moving your brain, taking a brain break and moving it into a get to do something different, okay? Real important that we do that for our stress and our anxiety, okay? Another thing is movements. I'm going to pick up the pace here and go a little quicker. Movement is very important. If you are feeling stressed out, if you are burnt out, and if you are experiencing anxiety, move around, jumping jacks, go for a walk, move your hands. It's the old thing, the stress ball, the tennis ball, the stress ball. Okay. But movement moves our blood and around through our body, and it completely releases all kinds of different chemicals in the body, And so movement is very important. Don't stay seated. Don't stand in the same spot. If you're feeling stressed or you're feeling, just a lot of anxiety, break that chain, break that cycle by moving around, taking a walk, go stand in a different place, or you go sit outside, breathe in the air, see if you can't see a bird or watch a squirrel or do something, but you have to move and you have to keep moving. Keep moving. Don't let that stress build up. Move and kind of express that energy. Direct it out of your mind and out of your body. Just even if it's temporarily. Movement is very important. Okay. Meditation. Meditation doesn't have to be anything like scary. It doesn't have to be woo-woo. It doesn't have to be like, spiritual guru type stuff. Meditation can be as simple as going to a place at work, whether it be the restroom or at home, going outside to your back porch, and give yourself 5 minutes. Take a 5, close your eyes, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in through the nose, out through your mouth, with your eyes closed, and focus on one thing. The breath you're taking in and the breath you're exhaling. You take it in and you exhale. With your eyes closed, pay attention to your breathing and do that just for 5 minutes. That's as simple as meditation can be. It's nothing complicated, okay? You don't need music. You don't need visuals. You don't need guided meditations. You can simply close your eyes, take a 5, hear yourself breathe in, and hear yourself exhale that air. And if it helps, count the number of times you do that for 5 minutes, just to center yourself. Okay. Unplugging from YouTube, unplugging from your cell phone, from the TV. Take some time during the course of your day to simply unplug from social media, from TV, from YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Just unplug and just be with yourself for a few minutes every day, and then you can reconnect, afterwards. But unplugging is giving your brain a reset, giving your body a reset, okay? So give it some thought and ask yourself, how many minutes a day do I realistically think I can unplug from all of my electronics? And if it's only a minute a day, then start with a minute and build up to 2, build up to 5, build up to 10, okay? Make it kind of a game. And the last thing is be selfish. It is okay to be selfish. They say on an airplane, if an airplane gets into trouble and the oxygen masks drop from above in the airplane, they always say put on your mask first so that you are able to help other people with their masks. Now, some may say that putting your oxygen mask on first is an act of selfishness. But to be selfish by putting your mask on first, it allows you the capabilities and the physical aspect to help other people who may struggle with their masks and haven't got them on yet, okay? So put your mask on first so you can help others. And that goes with stress, burnout, and anxiety. It's okay to be selfish. You have to take care of yourself so that when someone else needs you or a situation comes up in our lives that we are needed, we are ready to stand up and to take on that challenge with less stress and less anxiety, because we have filled our own glass first so that we have extra water or extra to give to other people. okay? But it's okay to be selfish. It really is. And that's number 14. That is number 14, being selfish. And that's what I wanted to cover with you today for anxiety, burnout, and stress. Oh my, okay? These are 14 steps, 14 tools that you can use to help you with your stress and your anxiety. And I really want to encourage you to check out the Google Doc. Click on the link, go to the Google Doc, use these PDF, use these worksheets that I'm giving you to help you kind of walk through all of these 14 steps and use some of them or use all of them or use some of them collectively together to help. And it will help you to lead a little less stressful life and maybe not be as burnt out as we are at sometimes in our life. Okay, so that is it for this Sunday's video. Sorry, it's a little longer video, but I've covered my 14 steps, my 14 tools. I encourage you, check out the link, click on the Google Doc, go there, get the worksheets, work with them at your own pace. Okay, there's no way I could cover each of the documents here because we would be here an awful lot longer. So I want to encourage you to do that. Check out the free worksheets with these 14 areas and be less stressful. Work on lowering your anxiety. And instead of being burnt out, I say, go out. Go out in the world, go out in life, and meet other people. Continue to pursue your goals and your dreams. Be out in the world and be all you can be, as the Army slogan says, and just take care of yourself. Okay, I'll end the video like I always do. Love your little guy and your little gal. Remember to take care of them, protect them, and be responsible for them. They need you more than you can imagine. Also, don't forget to check out the Black and White Life Coaching playlist in the upper right-hand corner at the end of the video for all the videos that this channel has to offer you. Check it out. But take care of your little person. Take care of yourself. And they really do need your love and attention. So, be less stressful. Don't be burnt out. Okay? Be out, but don't be burnt out. And definitely lower your anxiety level and smile a little bit and love a little bit more and do something for yourself today just for the hell of it. Okay? Until next week. On Wednesday, I'll have a short letting you know what we're going to talk about next Sunday. But next Sunday, we'll be doing another video. I hope you can join me. Like, share, and subscribe. But take care of yourself. And until then, bye for now.